In this video we will look at what we do not know or know too little of. Or in other words, we will focus on unanswered questions, and under-researched topics, ongoing debates and persisting challenges. Of course, I'm not the only scholar that has pointed at shortcomings in the field of terrorism studies. In week 2 I quoted Magnus Ransdorp, Andrew Silke and Alex Schmidt, who have produced valuable publications on the state-of-the-art of terrorism studies, as well as have provided criticism with regard to what has been produced since 9/11. And Alex Schmidt is also one of the directors of the Terrorism Research Initiative that aims to promote research into topics that are not fashionable. And he came up with a list of 50 and under-researched topics in the field of terrorism. Have a look at the list. A number of topics on this list are actually closely connected to what some of you have talked about in the discussion forum. Let me give you a few examples. For instance, topic number 3 on the list by Alex Schmidt is unwanted and unexpected side and boomerang effects or blowback effects of counterterrorism and ways to recognize it or to minimize it. Well, think of the debate about the use of drones. Another example of an under-researched topic is the one that relates to the media, the internet and terrorism. How do they impact each other? And what can be done about them while upholding the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression? It's number 18 on the list. And we also observed a lot of discussion about state human rights violation as part of counterterrorism policies. It's been regarded as an important under-researched topic, especially with regard to the question, how widespread is this and how serious is this phenomenon? And it's number 34 on the list of Alex Schmidt. And then finally, a more recent under-researched topic is related to also a more recent phenomenon, the so-called Arab awakening. And it's important to look at its implications for cooperation in the field of counterterrorism and its implications in general. An important, more recent topic, number 48 on the list. Personally, I hope to contribute to two under-researched topics, number 9 and number 10. Topic number 9 is about warning the public and responsible crisis communication prior, during and after a terrorist attack. What are lessons learned? Well, it's the focus of one of the next videos, and the same holds for topic number 10, which is about resilience. How can we strengthen public resilience? What are policies of certain states? And Alex Schmidt mentions Colombia, Israel and the United States. But we can also learn from other countries that have been confronted with either devastating attacks or many attacks. Think of Iraq, Pakistan, India or Russia. Again, also this is a topic for the next video. But before we will focus on these two topics, let me add one more to the list of and under-researched topics. Issue number 51, in my eyes, should be about the gap between policymakers and academia. There is a lack of contact, they live maybe partly in different worlds, and what are the implications of that for both the quality of research and the quality of policy making? Well, here in The Hague we have the International Center for Counterterrorism that was partly established just with the main idea of bridging that particular gap. And the first director of that institute is Peter Knopen. Let's see what he has to say about the gap between policymakers and academia.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you for that question. I think bridging the gap between the policy world and the academic world is really important. If the one wants to use the answers that the other one generates, if the academic world wants to respond to the real questions from the policy world, then bridging that gap is really important. And why there is a gap is because they live in different dynamics. They live in different worlds. The policy world is determined by the speed of the media, Parliament, the general public that wants responses to the threats, to the attacks, to the terrorist incidents now, immediately. Now the academic world obviously has a different dynamic and a different way of responding to questions. If the one wants to understand the other, then they need to come together and get to know each other's world. Getting to know each other's world means living in the other world for some time, coming together in the same room, in the same environment, and talk to one another and try to really feel empathy and understand what the other needs are. Translating the policy needs into academic questions is a real challenge. Policy workers, policy people don't always understand how you can translate what they need to know into a real academic, researchable question. Coming together in meetings, in exchanges of personnel, in exchanges of knowledge and the dynamics of each other's world is really important.
Thank you, Peter. For more information about the International Center for Counterterrorism The Hague, have a look at their website. As mentioned earlier, bridging the gap between policymakers and scholars is also very important to me. In fact, it would be my topic number 51 on an extended list of and under-researched topics in the field of terrorism studies. To sum up, there are several issues in the field of terrorism and counterterrorism that need more attention and more research, both from scholars and policymakers. And the list provided by Alex Schmidt is a very useful one. Please have a close look at it. I hope it will inspire some of you when doing research on terrorism or when contributing to this course discussion forum. To conclude, I would like to stress that the list by Alex Schmidt is also a good overview of persisting challenges for policymakers in the field of counterterrorism. In the next video, we will look into fear and resilience regarding terrorism.